Hey everyone, it is Amy Budalieri from A Solid Launch Consulting, and welcome to Communication Fridays. When it comes to action items, your team members typically need 2 or 3 reminders before they complete their tasks. It's not because they don't want to complete them, and it's not because your project is on the bottom of their priority list. It's typically because they're busy. They have a lot of action items and a lot of demands on their time. What I have found that helps complete the action items is to go from a more general to a more specific communication with my team members as they get closer to that due date. So let me explain how this works for me. First, in the meeting, when they are being assigned an action item, I simply make sure that they understand what's expected and there is a due date that is determined during the meeting. Next, when I'm sending out the minutes from the meeting, I make sure to include a list of every person who has action items that came out of the meeting, a little description of the action item as a reminder, and then put in the due date for all of those action items. So still very general, but it is a clear reminder and it's written down so that they can refer back to it. And next, maybe it's a week later, but still well before the action item is due, I'll send an update to the whole team on open action items. So it's really that same list of the open action items with the description, the name, and the due date. If it gets a couple days before the action item is due, I will send a personal email to the person whose action item is still open. I'll start the email in the subject line with the name of the project, that person's name, so Project X, Janice, and then I'll put a dash and I'll say the action item and then a dash and I'll say update or maybe update requested. And in the body of that, I don't say, hey, give me an update now. I will be a little bit less formal and I'll say, hey, this is coming up. How are you doing on it? Do you need any help? That is a non-threatening way to ask for an update that hopefully will allow Janice to say, oh yeah, I've got to get this done. Or, yeah, I've been trying to work on this and I need help from, person over here. And I usually get the best response from those types of emails. If I don't get a response and it is, just maybe a day before the action item is due, I might send them a direct message and I'll check to make sure they're in the office, and I will send them a DM and say, hey, Janice, just wondering how you're doing on that. It's due tomorrow. Are you going to make the date? More specific, more personal, more direct. And then finally, if I don't get a response from any of those methods, I'll give Janice a call and I'll say, hey, I haven't been able to get in touch with you. How is it going? Are you going to make the date? So I start from the more general, making sure they know what's expected of them in the meeting, down through a personal email to them, down to maybe giving them a personal call as it gets closer to when that action item is due. That works very well for me. I hope that helps you. If you have any suggestions that you want to share with everyone, please leave a comment below, and I'm looking forward to hearing them. Have a great day, take care, and lead on.